Trust me, I know what it's like. I know what it's like to try and start a crochet business and not know where to start and be stuck and be scared and have people not believe that you can do it and be a perfectionist and be afraid to post anything or be afraid to make anything is a lot. But I want to help you not have to deal with that. So, we are here today to talk about the Crochetpreneur Business Academy. If you were just in the workshop that I did called Jumpstart Your Crochet Business, then you might have a bunch of questions. If you weren't in the workshop, you still might have a bunch of questions, and I'm here to answer your questions. So I hope that you will grab your favorite beverage, grab your current project, and join along in the conversation. And I don't really want to talk to myself, so I really hope that you will ask questions in the chat box. So I'll be, looking back and forth over the chat box to answer your questions. So otherwise, I'm just going to be chit-chatting with myself, and that's not very fun for any of us. So hello, Facebook user. I don't know who that was, but hello. Hi, Kim. If you're on Facebook and you haven't registered with StreamYard so that I can see your name, then I don't know who you are. But if that's fine with you, then that's fine with me too. I just really like to know who I'm talking to. All right. I'm just going to chat for a second till we get some questions. Crochetpreneur Business Academy is a lifetime access to a course that contains modules and tech tutorials and how-tos and master classes, all kinds of stuff, ranging from CEO mindset and discovering your avatar and figuring out your niche, to building your business, setting a solid foundation, figuring out what kind of business would be best for you and your personality, who you want to work with, what you want life to look like, and all of that. And then figuring out how to grow as big as you want to be. So depending on how you want to grow your business, we help you figure out how to monetize in order to get as big as you want to be. So what I don't specialize in is getting famous on the internet. So I don't specialize in that. I don't care about that for myself. So I can't tell you how to get all of the Instagram followers because I'm focused on helping you make all of the money. And Instagram followers don't necessarily equal dollar bills. So anyway, so the Crochetpreneur Business Academy was built to help you create your dream crochet business, and that's what it's all about. So we have the regular program and we have the VIP program. So the regular program is self-paced, again, lifetime access, and you just work through the modules step by step. And I'll say at some point, I'll say like, hey, go take the Etsy boot camp, which is one of the bonuses. Go do the Etsy boot camp to get your shop all set up properly. Or, hey, you want to design patterns, but you don't know how, go take this bonus class to learn how to write patterns. Go take this bonus class to learn how to do craft fairs. So sometimes it'll step you outside of the process, but then step you back in so that you can continue building your business. So it's super fun. And okay, VIP has a lot more high touch. So it's very much more community based. We have a large community of VIP members who get together and network with one another, who support one another, encourage one another, sometimes call one another out and say, maybe you should stop doing that. It's not working for you, or it's making you feel bad about your business. Don't do that. We have Q&A sessions, we have live master classes, we have hot seat calls, all kinds of stuff like that. So again, I will put a link. I'm actually going to put a link in here right now. I don't know if it's going to post to Facebook or not. For those of you who are on Facebook, if you want to post a link to the Crochetpreneur page, the information page, it's at crochetpreneur.com/crochetpreneur business academy. No spaces. That's where you can find out all of the information. So if you haven't already looked at that page, you might not know what questions to ask. But so that is the page. Hi, Kristen. Hello, Shelly Scraw. I said your name right this time. When can we join the Business Academy? Yes, it's open right now. So the Academy doors are open until Monday. So you can join anytime between now and Monday. There are certain bonuses for joining today, including the productivity planner for crochetpreneurs and an opt-in critique that I will do when you get your opt-in ready to collect email subscribers. You can let me know that you'd like me to critique that and see if you can tweak it or make it change it in any way in order to attract your ideal customer. So those are the two bonuses if you sign up right now. So that link that I posted, the Crochetpreneur Business Academy link, will give you all of the information so that you can do that right now. It has all the pricing and all of that. So I know you talk to yourself a lot, so you will be right. I know. I don't talk to myself a lot when I'm not on camera. My husband does. My husband does all of the talking around here. So, okay, I'm scrolling. I'm glad you're here live as well. So, how would you like a little tour of the Business Academy, the platform that we use to host all of the lessons? If you're interested in that, I can go ahead and share my screen. I think I'll do that and then come back. I just have a question from Kristen. I don't have my business started yet. I'm in the planning stage right now. Is it too early to join? So no, because I'd like you to get out of the planning phase as soon as possible. There's nothing better than actually doing to know what you need to tweak. So you can plan and plan and plan, and then once you start, if you've got it wrong, then you have to go back to the planning board rather than diving inside the modules. I'll walk you through starting your business so you can be sure you have that solid foundation. So it's great for people who are just starting out, and it's also great for people who have been in the business but maybe didn't start out with that solid foundation. So it'll get you back to those foundational pieces and then work your way forward again. So I'm going to show you what the modules look like. So I'm going to share my screen and see if it takes me where I want to go. I think it did. All right. So I'm going to make it full screen so you can really see what's happening. Can you see that? Yeah, because it says that I'm sharing. So yes. Okay. So when you log in at crochetpreneur.thinkific.com, so if we just go to the front page, I had to log in an incognito window because it keeps signing me in under my admin. Anyway, you don't need to know that. When you come to the front screen, even if you're already a student, it will typically bring you to this screen where you're like, oh, I'm in the Crochetpreneur Business Academy. I'm going to click here. But if you do that, it's going to think that you're trying to buy again. So don't click any of these if you're already in one of these classes. What you do is you come up here, and even if you're a VIP, you still click CBA Home. This is where you start. So you'll click on CBA Home and it brings you to the Business Academy page. So here we have all of the modules themselves. So we have Start Here, which basically walks you through all of the first steps. This is not the actual learning modules. This is the first steps modules, and I'm going to take you through this a little bit. The next is phase 1 is Claim Your Vision. This helps you develop your CEO mindset, figure out what you want your business to look like, figure out why you want it to look like that, and if that actually suits your personality, figure out your niche and all of those kinds of things. Next is module 2 or phase 2, which is Build Your Business. This is where we have you claim your space on the internet and offline, and you say, this is my business name, this is my niche, I'm going to own this space, I'm going to go get my Facebook page set up, I'm going to start my email list, I'm going to get all the people, I'm going to nurture those people, I'm going to get them to buy. Okay, so this is probably you'll spend most of your time in here. All right, and next is phase 3, amplify your profits. This is about scaling the business to be as big as you'd like it to be. So in here we talk about building a team, we talk about affiliate marketing, all the different revenue streams you might build, that kind of stuff. Here in CBA resources, you have tech tutorials, checklists, you have worksheets, workbooks, spreadsheets, all kinds of things like that. Tutorials for different techs and apps and platforms. And you also have the masterclass replays are in here, as well as the Instagram bio challenge is in here. This is VIP bonuses. So regular CBA members don't have access to this, but you can always, throughout your term, upgrade to VIP at any time just by clicking this link. All right, now these bonuses, everybody has these. Everyone who joins CBA gets these bonuses. So the pattern writing course that will help you learn how to write patterns, all the little pieces that you need to create a professional pattern is here. It's not like how to write a garment pattern, it's how to write the pattern, okay? And here's Mastering Craft Fairs. It's not coming August 16th, it's already there, so I'm sorry that I'll take that out. We have the Etsy Bootcamp, which will help you set up and optimize your Etsy shop, whether you're brand new or you're an existing Etsy shop. It will deep dive you into Etsy and help you critique all of your descriptions, all that stuff. And then there's the Holiday Prep Workshop. We just finished up today the Holiday Prep Challenge, which is kind of a spin-off of the Holiday Prep Workshop. And this steps you through getting your shops ready for the holidays starting in August. It gives you lessons for each month of getting yourself prepared for the holidays. So these are all of the bonuses. And I'm just going to show you one of my favorite things that's new this year is our index, which is amazing. I think it's amazing. So all you have to do is go to lessons. This is our Start Here module again, and it's telling you these are the bits inside the module: getting started, foundations, and the CBA success method. So this is getting you familiar with the process of CBA. So if we go to get started, we go here. Again, these are the bits of get started. So getting started, there's a 7-day challenge where I'll send you a special 7-day challenge sticker if you complete these steps within your first 7 days in CBA. So you just click on that and walk through that process. Here it has upcoming resources and updates. So in here, it's just going to show you recently added resources, and this should have been changed to September. So I apologize for that. I always see something and I'm like, oh yeah, I need to fix that. These are upcoming process or things that I'm working on right now. And then if you want a new resource, you just click here and submit your idea. And if it's something I feel like the whole everyone who's in the course could use, I'll create a new resource. Or if there's a resource that there's a tutorial, but they've changed something on an app, you can just submit a request here for me to change that tutorial. And as soon as I can get to it, I will change it for you. So other things are one-on-one support. You can book a 1-hour strategy call with me. This is an extra charge, but it is highly discounted for CBA members. This is your foundational bits, crochet business secrets that you need to know, a Google Drive folder to keep all your stuff, your income and expense tracker, your stats tracker. Here is your CBA success method. All right, so it's stepping you through the process, how to be a successful CBAer. and then your kind of calendar goalposts for the next 90 days. But my favorite part that I said I would show you is this course index, which I think is amazing. And I hope when it pops up, you'll be able to see it. So if I click here, you can't see it. All right, well, I'm really sad about that. So I'm just going to tell you about it. Actually, I can probably get there. I'm just going to do a little finagling real quick so you can just look at my face while I'm doing this. I'll smile, and then I'll come back and see your answer your questions. So if I do, okay, now I'm going to share this with you. So here we go. So this is the index that I was telling you about. So when you click on that link that was inside of the module, it brings up this index. So for me, I have had this in other courses, and every time I'm working through the course, I just open this up so that I can find exactly what I'm looking for. So when it opens up, it'll just have you click File and make a copy, or it will make a copy and download it to your own Google Drive. But what you'll do is say you're like, oh, I need to figure out how to start an email list, for example. You can do a Control F or whatever the find command is on your computer, and you can see it brought up this little window over here to find. It says find in document. So I'll type in email. So you can see there's 8 different things that it found. So the first one here is your email list. So it's telling you, I could just click on this, right? And it would pop this open. And I want to make sure you're seeing that. Are you seeing that lesson? Yes. Okay. It'll pop you into this email list lesson. So here you can take this lesson and then work through the rest of this. All right. Or you could come back to the index and say, what's the next thing it's going to show me for email list? Oh, how to grow my email list. That's really helpful. So I'll click on that and I'll go to that lesson. And here's grow your email list. And you can look over here and see there's several lessons beneath how to grow your email list, right? So you can just go through each of those lessons. So this index is really helpful. So many times people go on Facebook or something and say, how do I start a Ravelry shop? Okay, well, you go in here, type in Ravelry, and here you go. How to create your Ravelry account, how to upload a pattern, how to do your designer profile, how to create a pattern promotion. So here's all of your Ravelry stuff. And all you have to do is just click on it and it'll take you right to your lessons. So that is really helpful. And so often now when people ask in the Facebook group, I say, did you search the index? Because everything you need or everything that has been written for CBA is in here. And you can see it's not a small document, right? And not even everything is in here because the master classes, I haven't specifically, I've done the master classes, but I haven't done the Q&A calls and hot seat recordings and all of that. They're on various topics. So, but most of anything that you'll want to find within CBA is right here inside of this index. So that's your super secret strategy for being a rock star CBA student. And that is one of my favorite things there. So I am going to pop in here and see what questions you might have. How long from when you start selling your products to when you start designing? I started crocheting last year and would like to get to the point where I start designing, but I still feel like an amateur. So it's really going to depend on the person. Like I would say try a variety of skills of patterns. Like you need to be able to read a pattern if you're going to write a pattern. That's my first tip. A lot of people, not a lot, some people I have seen say, I can't read patterns, but I want to start designing and writing patterns. And I just don't think that's a good idea. If you can't read a pattern, you can't write a pattern. So I'm guessing you must be able to read a pattern. So I would say you could take that bonus course inside the modules, walk through that and see how that is. Connect with a tech editor, especially when you're just starting. Having a tech editor for your designs is going to be really important to make sure that everything is the way it needs to be so you have a professional design. You could just start. You could just practice like writing a pattern for a square or a rectangle and seeing how that works, and give it to somebody who crochets to see if they can read it, that kind of stuff, and just play with that. For me, I started crocheting 40 years before I started designing. So that's just my experience. And I know it's different for everybody. Okay. Bridget, hi. I signed up yesterday for the regular one, plus been following you on YouTube and following the ideas you suggested on your new hat company. And just about an hour ago, I got my first sale on Etsy. Yay! Yay, I'm so glad. Plus, I'm a knitter. Yes, of course, that's okay. Of course, that's okay. Congratulations. I'm so excited for you. That first one, sometimes it can be really hard to get that first sale. So now you can just, get on the train of momentum with that one and get rolling. That's excellent. Is there value in current CBA members who are on the old plan to go through those first few modules since they have been redone? Yes. There's some new content in there that wasn't in the old CBA. If you joined last year, if you joined before June, you're in the old CBA. And these are updated lessons, so there's some new stuff in there. I would say you can just skim through it and see what's new. Also, I'm working on making videos for all of those lessons, so there will be additional content I'll be adding in the coming year once things slow down, which I don't. Hopefully, they're going to slow down a little bit once I have a house. I keep everything every time I say, "Oh, I'll be able to do that once I have a house." Once I have a house. Today has been one of those once I have a house days. They're putting the roof on right now. So the index is so handy. I actually had it pulled up already from today's co-working session. Yay. Thank you, Shelly. Sometimes I feel like nobody uses it. And I'm just like, it took a really long time to put that together. And I feel like it's so useful. So I'm glad that you're using it. Katie says she redoes the first few modules, especially the ones about values, every year. I do them to make sure I'm still on track and to make sure my track hasn't changed. Yes, Katie, I think that's wise. I hope to rejoin officially next year. I'm moving slowly but consistently to build my business. I finally completed my website. Great job, Marissa. You can start designing anytime. Okay, hi from Ontario. Do you sell on Shopify? When did you suggest to start selling on Shopify? So you can, like I said, everyone's business is different. When I have people go through the build your business section, I have them choose where they're going to sell. So are you going to sell on Etsy? Are you going to sell on Ravelry? Are you going to sell on Shopify? And you can always add another shop at any time. So if you already have an Etsy shop and now you want to add Shopify, perfect, do it. It's just when you have capacity and when you feel you can market that shop and bring people into that shop so you can make the sales to pay for it. I don't want you to start a Shopify shop and start paying for the Shopify shop without having a plan to drive people there, because then it's just going to be an extra expense. But yeah, I have a Shopify shop. I don't do a great job of marketing it because I'm busy with other things, but it is there. It does pay for itself. I just have patterns on there right now, but you can certainly sell physical products too. So, what else? Who in the chat has been in CBA and wants to share your, like, when I started, this is where I was, and after how much time did you get to being in a more profitable place? I'd love to hear your story. And even if you want to come on and chat with me, we can maybe figure that out. I've never done that on StreamYard, but it's something we can do if you want to. So if anybody wants to get on camera with me, I'll welcome that. Otherwise, we won't do that. So, um, let me tell you a little bit about who I am as an instructor, okay, as your coach. I have a hard time saying coach because coaches can sometimes be seen as being harsh and maybe detached and really focused on win, 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 right? Um, so maybe I'm a heart-focused coach. So if you guys know me, you know that I retired my psychotherapy practice about 2 years ago in order to focus on the business academy. And as a psychotherapist and as an empath, I am a feeler. So I definitely connect to people and their stories and their dreams. And I'm very much a cheerleader coach. I'm a cheerleader coach. Not I'm a coach who cheerleads you. So so that's what I do. I really want to do anything I can to help you help yourself. Um, I do get frustrated with helplessness. So if you're the kind of person who wants everything to be hard, I don't really jibe with that. I really connect with people who are like, this is hard, but I'm going to do it anyway. I really connect with people who are like, um, this is hard, but I'm going to take a step forward today. I'm going to take action on one thing. Um, that's kind of who I connect with. Um, yeah. So that's kind of who I am as a teacher. So I'm a consultant slash teacher. So I'll teach the how to, but I'll also consult on like what's going on in your head, what are your dreams, how do we get you there, and what's keeping you stuck. Okay. Katie said she'd be happy to talk, though it will be off the cuff. Oh yeah, that's cool. Did my lead pages. They're posted on Facebook and Instagram. I've received 300 views in a week, but no sales. What to do next? So if people are seeing and not clicking, that's typically either photography or messaging issues. So what does your copy say that would get them to come to your shop or get them to buy? The photographs need to be awesome and professionally or look professional, and your copy needs to tell them why they need your product, right? How is it going to make them feel? How is their life going to be better when they purchase it? You really like focus on the benefits of the product rather than this is a hat, it fits a woman, it fits a women's size medium and it's blue and it's made from wool and you're going to hand wash it, right? They don't care about that. They want to know when I put this hat on, I'm going to feel like I can go out in the snow and build snowmen and I'll still be warm and cozy and I'm going to be super cute. So that's really awesome. I really need this hat because everyone looks cute in this hat, that kind of stuff. So speak to their experience rather than to the facts. You need to share the facts, but those can just be little bullet points. Like your copy needs to really be about the emotion. Okay. Katie, do you want me to try and send you a link and see if you can get on camera, or what do you think? Katie says she was already a designer when she started CBA. She's an amazing designer. I had a blog and designed anything and everything. I had stagnated and my income had plateaued. From the first set of modules, I saw a change. I niched down, changed my branding, really found my avatar, and that's been amazing. Yay! I'm so excited for you, Katie. Like everything's coming together. I'm going to send you a message with a link and we'll see if it works. And Katie is also in Colorado, and someday we're going to get together. So as of yet, she's been in CBA for like 3 years, but most of that has been COVID. So, all right, I sent you a link. So we were supposed to go to New Orleans a year and a half ago, and she was going to be my assistant at the Crochet Guild of America conference. I was teaching there, and that didn't happen. And then the conference was supposed to be in Denver, so we were both going to go there and both teach. I think Katie was going to teach a class, and that didn't happen. So we haven't met yet. Katie has amazing patterns. Yeah, I'm in awe. I ran across your business about a year ago, but I guess I wasn't ready to go forward at that time. For about a month now, I've been gobbling up info, more so for craft table info. I did put up a pattern. Katie, I see you. That's great. I'll add you in just a second. For about a month now, I've been gobbling up 4 sales so far. I put a pattern on Ravelry about a year ago. Oh, so it's not getting seen. I'd like to redo it or revamp it. I didn't have it tested at the time. Would you suggest I start with that? Yeah, sure. Start with that and then figure out how to market it and stuff like that. Do you find that having your face on there is better than just your logo? Your face on where? On, yeah, tell me what you mean, Rosemary. Your face on where, and then I will answer. I'm going to see if I can bring Katie on. So thank you guys for your patience. I'm going to click that. And then I'm going to click Katie. I think she's got a dog in her room. There we are. Yay. I'm going to have to put my headset on.
Okay, can you hear me?
I can hear you. I can hear you.
Oh, wow, this is pretty magical. This is fun. Technology can be so grand sometimes.
Yes. Okay, let me answer Rosemary. Okay, Rosemary, I do like having your face as your profile picture rather than your logo, because the great thing about handmade products and handmade businesses is that there's a real person behind the business, and people really like to connect to other people. So I really like that you have a face there. I want to see who you are. I don't care about logos. Yeah, I don't care about seeing logos. So I really like to see people's faces, and maybe it's because I'm that kind of person that naturally I just want to see people's faces. I don't like talking on the phone because I can't see people's faces, but I love Zoom chats. I love to chat with people online. So in fact, Katie and I are going to chat again next week. So yeah, so let's chat, Katie.
Okay, give me some direction so I don't just ramble for hours.
I will. So something sometimes that's hard for people when they first start CBA is that bit about who the heck are you in the first place as a business owner? Like, where are the places that you struggle? What's your personality like? Who the heck do you want to work with and why? And who should we stay away from? How was that for you? Some people write to me and they're like, I've never once thought about this kind of stuff and it's really hard and I don't want to think about it. How was that for you?
It was really, it was eye-opening in a huge way. I hadn't really thought about it at all. I was very much in that group of people that was, I want everyone to be my audience and I'm going to design for everybody and I'm going to just make things for babies and then make garments. And then I'm going to go over here and make stuffed animals. And then my blog was a mess. It was like a blob of goo. And, and then I started in on those modules and I kept asking my husband, I'm like, what do I put? Like for this? And he goes, I don't know. It's your business. And I'm like, oh my gosh. So it's really hard and it's a little overwhelming.
Mm-hmm.
But when you start, especially there's the exercise where you're circling what your values are, what is important to you. Mm-hmm. And then you go through and you realize they fit into certain categories. And all of a sudden you can kind of see yourself from the outside in rather than just be like, well, this is, who I am. I'm just going to put this person out there. But you can define it a little better. And it makes such a big difference. It's good. It makes all the difference because suddenly you have direction and you have, you can stop with every single project and go, does this fit my person? Does this fit who my business is? Does this fit who I want to be? And it's it can stop you in your tracks. It's pretty great.
Yeah, no, I agree. And I think it's one of the most unique bits about our business academy, and also one of the hardest, but it has to be one of the first. So you kind of have to push through those hard places of what does feel life-giving to me anyway? And what does kind of suck the life out of me or what kind of people suck the life out of me and I don't want to work with them? And how am I going to repel them so that I can have a business that feels life-giving for me? And of course that's going to be different for everybody. Your people are very different from my people. I would love them, but they like a lot of intricacy, and that's not me. Like I am a big picture kind of person, and I feel like Katie designs very complex Ami designs. Do you have one of them handy? Do you have Vincent on your shoulder?
I don't have Vincent. I have Anduin, but
Okay. See, this is the kind of thing that Katie designs, and I design hats and scarves. Which there's nothing bad about designing hats and scarves. I'm just saying, for me, they're quick, they're easy. I don't have to think about it, and that is a project you have to think about. So our ideal customer is going to be very different.
And it does change who you're marketing to can change the whole direction of your business. I adopted a completely different logo than what I had. I was very much, pastels and flowers, and that was not what my people were going to want. And so I needed to see that. And it really, I was doing part of that exercise sitting in the drive line waiting for my kids to get out of school. I'd printed it all out and I was sitting there circling stuff. And I can remember just stopping and going, oh my gosh, I have to completely do a 180. I'm marketing to completely the wrong people. And it's been, a steady climb since then. So it's really, it's amazing to watch what happens when you shrink who you're talking to, how much bigger of an impact you can have with those people.
Yep, exactly. And so to not be afraid of saying, not that I don't like those people and I don't want to work with them, but they don't fit the model of what I want my business to become and what would feel like amazing to me, because you are in your niche and you are working with your people. Like all your people are really nerdy.
Oh yeah.
So are
You're
you.
a ton of nerds.
So
we are all nerd.
So you guys really mesh really, really well. And that's what I want for everyone, is to not be like, I'll just sell to everyone. And whoever comes to my booth, that's who I'm going to. Sure, you're going to sell to them. If someone says, I want to buy that pattern, you're going to sell to them. Or if you're in a craft fair and someone says, I want to buy that thing, you're going to sell to them. But there are going to be customers that you're like, we could be best friends. And they're going to feel that way about you too. And those are going to be the customers that are lifelong rabid followers of yours, who share your stuff, who buy everything you come out with. And those are the people you want to talk to and you want to attract. So anyway, that is, I think that's kind of the most special part, I think, of CBA.
It was definitely the biggest impact. And then from there, once you have your, you figure out who you are and what your brand is, all of a sudden you're like, okay, now what do I do? Well, thankfully there's steps. Exactly. Okay, do it in this order. And, and you'll succeed. It's nice. Yeah. I confess I've jumped around here and there.
Well, sometimes
I do end up coming back.
Especially if you're an existing business owner and you already have some of those pieces set up, like your Facebook and your Etsy and all of that, you need to jump around and be like, oh, I need to work on my email list right now. If someone's just starting, I really want them to go through step by step, because that's going to get them the best results. But if you've already started, you just need to solidify right here and go do this right now. So there's going to be a bit more jumping around, which is why the index would be really helpful.
Yeah.
So,
but I had my website, or I had my Facebook page for years, and, went through and did the Facebook modules and realized, oh, I'm missing this and I missed that, and I could do this a lot better. And so, it helps fine tune too, even if you've already got it.
Great. So, you've been in CBA, I think this is your 3rd year.
I think that sounds right. It's like you were saying, it was mostly COVID. So
yeah,
we haven't actually got to see each other in person.
I know. So it just feels like the last year and a half is just a wash, until I look at my grandson and I'm like, he was 2 when COVID started and he's going to be 4 in 2 months. Like, that is crazy to me. And he looks 5, which is even crazier. So, what about profitability? How have you been able to increase your income, you know, from when you started kind of on steadily as you go, or are you adding a different income stream every quarter or every year or anything like that to continue to grow and scale as much as you want to be?
So I definitely started out, everybody starts out at a trickle, it's like you get your first Etsy sale and you're like, yay. And you turn the alert on your phone, and every time it goes ka-ching, you like do a little dance in the grocery store and you like freak out. And then suddenly you get to a point where you're like, I have to turn the ding off. It's going off all the time and driving me insane. and that's like a great sign because it's going off all the time. But yeah, I started out with design and wrote for magazines. And then had the blog, and I've done craft fairs. I've kind of run the gamut of things. Mostly before I found you, I tried everything. I felt like I needed to try it all. But yeah, I'm starting to branch out and pick and choose a few things here and there. Mm-hmm. The hardest part is making sure that I'm still niche down, that I'm not like reaching too far. Mm-hmm. That if I join blog hops or bundles, that they still are within my group of people. Yeah. And that's, it's sometimes hard when opportunity comes along, you want to jump. But branching out it's fun because you're starting to realize what else you can do, how you can scale this business and keep mm-hmm. it going. Yeah. And that's been really kind of amazing to me. I've come a long way from, being thrilled to death that I made $1,000 at a craft fair, and it took me all summer to make the inventory. Right. To this year, we bought our house and remodeled. You can see my mess here, but remodeled my studio upstairs, and I have like a workspace and like, do all the accounting, and it's all businessy now. And but it's a huge. It's been a huit jump. And I'm getting ready to scale again next year. So that'll be really awesome. Fun too. So, yeah.
So that bit that you said about kind of saying no to opportunities that come up that don't fit your business, it's a really hard skill to learn, but it's so important because so often we get presented with opportunities that will just drag us right off course of, you have a plan for your business and where you're going to take it. And then someone's like, oh, hey, we'd love to have you design for our magazine. We need a scarf. And we'll pay you $200.
Yeah. And I'm like, oh, I actually have editorial calendar sitting in my inbox that I'm like, just delete it. Just delete it. Just delete it. And I'm like, I can't. What if they want something of mine?
Yeah.
You have to let go and realize that you have a path and you got to stay on it. And if you can stay on the path, you're going to do a lot better.
Yeah, I agree. It's really hard to say no, especially if you're struggling financially, which is why I want people to build a business that's profitable so you can say no to the things that don't fit your vision, don't fit, what is life-giving to you. And you can say yes to all of the rest of the things. And you can spend time doing the things that will get you closer and closer to your dreams. So.
No. My dog's got something of my kids. Hang on a second.
Yeah.
Can you get it back? He stole a toy. The dog ran out, stole a toy. And the kid was running after him.
Buddy. All right. Well, Katie, thank you for chatting. Thank you for hanging out.
I love coming and talking about CBA. Honest, it's the best thing that's ever happened to my business. I wouldn't have my studio. I wouldn't have my business. We wouldn't be able to do the things we do and have the life we have. If I hadn't found Pam, and she taught me how to do this right and actually make it a job, make it a career.
I'm so glad. I love that. I love you, and we'll get to meet sometime soon.
Yes,
when I have a house.
Soon.
When
you have a house.
All right, I'm gonna let you go. I think I just click on you. Okay, bye. Thank you, Katie.
See ya.
Yay, that was so easy. Yeah. So thank you so much, Katie, for taking the time. I know I didn't tell you ahead of time that maybe I was going to ask someone to do that. Um, But anyway, for those of you that might have questions about CBA, that specifics, whatever, send me an email, pam@crochetpreneur.com, and then I will put links into the description for if you want to learn more about CBA, if you want to take that Jumpstart Your Crochet Business 3-Step Framework to Profitability workshop that's free. You can sign up to do that. If you want to do the holiday prep challenge and you missed this week, the challenge will be open for another week and you can catch up on all of the things that we've done this week inside of our Facebook group. So you can just, I'll put the link up. You can sign up and you'll get an automatic email with all your information. I think that's it. It's getting hot in here. So I'm going to go turn the air conditioning on. And I will see you guys on Monday. Monday, we're going to have Monday Morning Crochet Business Chat. If you don't want to miss crochet business tips and tricks and more fun things, I have fun things planned for the rest of this year and next year. Hit subscribe if you're watching on YouTube. Like this so more people see it. And I really appreciate you for coming. And that's that. Take care, everyone. Oh, I will see you soon. Bye.